Hey, good evening. I'm Misbehaving, and the name of my channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And y'all, I'm not going to be on this live too long. I'm just here to give my opinion of the Married to Medicine reunion, part one, and a few other things. Baby, let me tell you this. Everybody's running rampant on social media trying to find out who is the villain of Married to Medicine. Well, if you ask me, all the women are villains on Married to Medicine, excluding the three new women, Phaedra Parks, Dr. Alicia, and Sweet Tea. Now, Phaedra got her own baggage from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but baby, that ain't what you here for. So y'all start off with Dr. Jackie. Now I'm not going bit by bit. If you want to know exactly what was said and what was done at the reunion, you all are going to have to tune in to Bravo. I don't know if you're going to watch it on demand or you can go over there to Peacock and watch it. But baby, all I'm going to say is Dr. Jackie was wrong for her comment. But considering that Dr. Jackie is not only an Aries, because we'll sit back and we'll watch and we'll observe what people are doing. But baby, we're going to hold on to that information. And we'll let you do just enough before we cock the hammer back up on you. Now, it's easy for Dr. Jackie to believe the Quad would be the one behind that image of her making that horrible statement about pregnant black women being in pain go viral, because she knows what Quad has done in the past. Not only what Quad has done, but she herself has done, because all of those women also had a hand and played a part in Mariah Huq getting kicked off of her own show. Now just bear with me. I know y'all tired of hearing it. Because hell, Carlos King even had Dr. Eugene Harris and Cecil Whitmore on his Reality with the King podcast today. And so Dr. Eugene, he claims he doesn't like it that everybody keeps saying that they're responsible for Mariah getting fired from the show when none of them have that power. Let me tell Dr. Eugene this, because he knows very well they can, because there's strength in numbers. You're stronger together than you are divided. So when the production team came to the cast members, each one's, to get their intake on Mariah, or to get them to say certain negative things about Mariah Huq, or to fire her from the show, had they stood in solidarity with Mariah, whether they liked her or not, but just the mere fact that this woman gave them a platform in which they could be seen internationally, had they stood with her, Mariah would still be there. So, but what that did is set up a precedent. So they know that if they can get rid of the creator of the show, they know they can get rid of each and every other woman, and every woman on that show has a price, and they'll do anything to stay on Married to Medicine. So I say all of that to say this: none of them are innocent. All of them are the villains. Now, Quad did all that crying, and not one tear fell from her eye. Now, she looked very beautiful. I'll give her that. She looked very beautiful, but not one tear fell from her eye. And then when she had, you could tell it was so scripted. Andy, Purveyors of Pop, Bravo, and Quad are all in cahoots to build up this scene. So you have this dramatic scene towards the end of the reunion, right before they take a break, where Quad comes to Dr. Jackie and say, "You really believe that about me? You really believe I would do something like that? I would say something like that?" Hell yeah, you would do something like that, because you did it to Mariah. Quad set her tail up on national television and accused Mariah Huq of doing cocaine. Mariah Huq went and got a drug test. She even had her hair sampled. But they wouldn't even read the results of that drug test on national television. So they're privy to shit that Quad would do. And just like Mariah said a while back when she interviewed with Carlos, they were never intending on firing Quad. It was just to humble her. See, Quad, there has always been a caste system there at Married to Medicine. Doctors always felt as if they were top dog. Mariah presumed that she was the top dog because it was her show and she created it. But if any of you know any doctors, work with them, married to them, or you're blood related to a doctor, they have an ego and nobody is above them. And when Married to Medicine first came out, Mariah and Quad were the top dogs of the show. So everybody has their expiration date. And really, truly, if you ask me, ain't nobody bringing nothing to the show. Once Quad got divorced from Dr. G, she was on there and she never talked about or showed anything going on in her life. She made it a point of talking about Toya. Now, I'm not going to take up for Toya because Toya do some shitty shit too. Ain't no way in the world I'll get up on national TV and down my husband and talk bad about him like she does. Toya get that brown liquor in her system and them lips get loose and she get to talking and laughing. But Toya has always been the butt of all the jokes because none of the women respected her. And especially not none of the doctors. Baby, it's like a game of Survivor over there on Married to Medicine. You all better link up and get together or you gonna get voted off the island. And y'all want to get mad at Phaedra. Phaedra told the truth. Now, she didn't use that same Titanic line like she used for Real Housewives of Atlanta because before she came on Married to Medicine, folks were asking her was she going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Phaedra used that same line. She wasn't going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta because it's the Titanic. She's not going down on a sinking ship. And what does she do? She repeats that same line at the reunion when referring to having a friendship or lack thereof with Quad Webb. This whole season has been nothing but about Sweet Tea and Dr. G. And these women picking on her, making her feel uncomfortable. Dr. Heavenly being a bully. Dr. Heavenly has been a bully from day one. You hear what I'm saying? From day one. When she first came on Married to Medicine season 2. Hell, what was new to me to learn is that Toya was the one that brought Dr. Heavenly to Married to Medicine. That's what Dr. Eugene said today on Carlos' show. But baby, there are no victims. And then with Dr. Simone being so loud, I think they purposely turned up her microphone so she can be amplified. But baby, that nickname somebody didn't give Dr. Simone, they call her Surround Sound Simone. Baby, I love it. That's cute. Dr. Surround Sound. Now, I know I got a loud voice, my doggone self. Now, you know, when I'm trying to be heard, to me, I don't feel as if I'm talking loud. But baby, when I get passionate about something and want to get my point across, you know, I put a little extra bass in there. Hell, I remember one time they told me we had to carry around a whistle, you know, to blow in the whistle in case one of the patients got out of control. So, you know, you blow the whistle and you call the code gray. I said, hell, I don't need my whistle. My voice is louder than the whistle, baby. Louder than the whistle. But anyway, I want to move on to not Doctor, but Mariah Huq and Buffy Purcell, Auntie Buffy. Now, Mariah, I'm going to give you your flowers, and I'm not going to drag them through shit like everybody else does, because they'll give you a compliment, but before they give you a compliment, they got to throw a dig at you. I'm going to give you your flowers, but ma'am, respectfully, I'm going to need you to move on. If anybody asks you any more questions about Married to Medicine or any of the cast members, I'm going to need you to tell them to carry on and move on to something new. Because by you continuing to talk on them, even if it's just a review of the reunion, it makes you appear bitter. Now, you know you created the show. We all know you created the show. You've had to sue Bravo and the producers and NBC Universal, in which you won because they came to the table to you. You ain't walking away with no empty hands, and you getting your EP credit. You getting you a nice little check, and you have a legacy for your children. So be content with that and no need to fall back to the past. But Miss Buffy, baby, I'ma need you, Auntie Buffy, and I feel uncomfortable calling you Auntie Buffy because I believe we're about the same age, or I may be a little couple of years older than you. But baby, you gonna have to let that go. Cause baby, you and Mariah sat up there on your channel and reviewed the reunion, and the audio was horrible on your end. Y'all should have did a test run first. But just let that go. No need to talk on none of them women. You know Dr. Jackie did you dirty when she introduced your information. You know that there was some information that was edited out, and we the viewers are not privy to everything that happened behind the scene. So if I was you, I'd just let it go and I'd move on. I wouldn't even waste my time watching the show because it seemed like it triggers you and it brings up PTSD moments in you about your short appearance on the show. That's all I want to say, but you can do whatever you want to do. But you are looking good. Are you on that Ozempic too, or are you taking Monjaro? Anyway, not to be disrespectful, just asking. So what I want to know, Andy is sitting up here hosting this reunion, but Bravo, how long are y'all gonna continue to let Andy host all these reunions, be the face of Bravo, have his own show on Bravo, when he has all of these pending lawsuits? These lawsuits that have been filed against him. You have sexual harassment, you have discrimination, you have allegations of him leading a slew of select housewives to snorting cocaine. But this man is still allowed to be the voice and face of Bravo Network. How long y'all gonna let that happen? Huh? That's what I want to know. And are y'all allowing him to continue to be the face of Bravo with all these accusations because he's a gay man? Because y'all feel like all gay men couldn't possibly be attracted to women? Baby, I'm here to tell you right here, right now, there are some gay men that are turned on by women. In fact, big breasts are their fetish. I don't know, because my brother got a couple of friends, boy, that are in love with me and wanted to rub up on these big sugar diggy breasts that I got, baby. But I told them, although I love Dickley and I'm strictly Dickley, I don't like my Dickley to be in love with other Dickley, because I got to be the only one in the relationship that's humming on the balls. But y'all, I ain't gonna keep y'all long. Y'all hit these YouTube streets because everything is a mess. Now they're saying Quad's publicist, Danica Berry, she's out there alleging that it's a former cast member that resurfaced that clip of Dr. Heavenly. Danica Berry credibility is shot. She used to be the publicist for Evelyn Lozado. Yeah, Evelyn Lozado from Basketball Wives Miami and Los Angeles. The same Evelyn Lozado that called OG a gorilla and was patting on her cat. You understand what I'm saying? So, baby, everybody is doing anything strange for a little piece of change. And then again, let me remind y'all, not one tear fell from Quad's eye. Her eye was just as dry as the Sahara Desert. Hey, country girl queen, and hello everybody. Hit your like and subscribe. But baby, they don't pay me to review these shows, so the only thing I'm going to do is give you my opinion. But if you want to see what each and every cast member said and what they brought to the reunion, you go ahead and tune on in, because I don't know. I mean, if somebody had mentioned my deceased loved one, we would be fighting at the show. I wouldn't have waited until it aired and then want to put something on social media about how disgusting it was. So this just shows you that these women will say anything that the producer tells them to say. You should have enough common sense not to say anything that they put you up to saying, because you are the one that's going to get the backlash. Now, look at Dr. Simone. Everybody has known Dr. Simone has been loud all these years. But now that she brought that up about Quad's family member, now Can't nobody stand Dr. Simone. What you say, country girl Queena? That's what I said about Quad too. Yeah, Quad's not innocent. None of the women are innocent. And so I don't know. I mean, I think at some point they want us to have shows where all the shows are filled with nothing but single women. They don't want none of the women having no men. I don't know. Ain't nobody got no story. You don't know what's going on in their personal life. Dr. Simone showing her kids buying a condo for her kids, but we haven't seen the kids work. We don't know what she doing. I don't know, baby. I don't even know, Queena. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long because I've been on here long enough because I kept canceling it and putting it off. And I said, let me just say what I need to say because they're gonna always protect Dr. Jackie. And you all need to quit acting like Quad is innocent. Her hands are dirty too, and she's said and done a lot of dirty things up on here. And y'all quit acting like y'all can't understand why Toya is pissed off. Quad, ever since she got divorced from Dr. G, she always made it a point, her storyline, to attack Toya and Dr. Eugene. She talked about their finances, their taxes, the fact that accusing Toya of having an affair, accused Dr. Eugene and Toya of driving their cars drunk with their kids in the vehicle, talking about that putting out that rumor or speculating that Dr. Eugene and Toya had something to do with breaking in Anila and her husband's house. Dr. Eugene is a doctor, and I think y'all really should tune into Carlos because that was a great little interview with both of the husbands. Dr. Cecil, I mean, not Dr. Cecil, but Dr. Eugene Harris and Cecil Whitmore. So, I mean, Dr. Eugene, he effectively and articulated why he doesn't care for Quad. He said he can get along with anyone, but he just doesn't care for her. He said, and even I wasn't aware of this, like I know doctors are not employees of the hospital and that they have contracts, but Dr. Eugene even goes a little further and he talks about how what if the CEO watches the show and hear these accusations that Quad is making, they could deny him the ability to come and work at the hospital. Therefore, it'll affect his ability to take care of his patients and to support his family. So, you have to be careful when you're putting rumors out there about people that has something to lose. But then again, if you have something to lose, don't go on reality television because it's not necessarily the cast member of the show that'll dig into your background or bring up old video or clips that you may have put out onto social media. A lot of times it's their fans, their supporters that'll do that. So you can't always blame it on the celebrity, in this case being Quad. I don't think Quad wasn't the one responsible for putting that clip back out there. However, I think it didn't do her any good by not calling Dr. Jackie just to check on her to see how she was doing. And even if she didn't want to check on her because she felt like what Dr. Jackie said was wrong, I mean, Quad didn't even put anything up on social media. So, but I don't know. I hope Dr. Jackie opinion changed. But if you ask me, a lot of them are a bunch of elitists. They're a group of African Americans that they've reached a certain economic status that really they wouldn't hang with you or I, everyday working class people. Honey, the only thing we're fit for doing is spending money on them and making them richer. They could care less about us. But anyway, I've talked long enough, y'all. I'm Misbehaving. The name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And contrary to popular belief, celebrities are real people too. Y'all be safe in these YouTube streets. And ain't nobody mad but the devil. And if you're feeling mad, then baby, chances are that devil is you. Good night.